There is a unique and profound exhaustion that comes from being at war with your own body. It is the quiet, humming frustration that fills the space behind your eyes when the simple, ancient command to rest is met with a silent, stubborn refusal. It's the paradox of being bone-weary yet wide awake, lying in the darkness, feeling the weight of a body that has become a stranger, a territory you no longer know how to navigate. This isn't just about a lack of sleep. It's about a deeper sense of disconnection, a feeling that the vessel that has carried you through your entire life has suddenly begun to speak a language you cannot understand, or worse, has stopped listening to you altogether. The world tells you to push through, to conquer, to discipline the body into submission. But you have tried that. You have fought the good fight night after night. And you are here now, perhaps realizing that the battle itself has become the source of your deepest weariness. So what if, just for tonight, we were to try something different? What if the path to peace isn't through fighting harder, but through laying down the weapons? What if this is not a war to be won, but a conversation to be had? Before we begin this journey together, let's take just a quick moment to ground ourselves in this shared experience, even though we are apart. I'm curious to know which part of this vast world you're listening from right now, and what time it is where you are. Are you in the deep quiet of the late night, with the rest of your world asleep? Or perhaps you are in the soft, gray hours of early morning, when sleep simply hasn't come to visit. If you feel comfortable, just leave a word or two in the comments below, a small signal from your corner of the globe. And then, let that go. Settle in. Because this time, this space right now, is entirely yours. It is a sanctuary carved out of the night, just for you. Let's begin by finding a position of the greatest possible ease. This isn't about finding a correct posture, but about answering a simple, honest question. Where can my body feel the most supported, the most held, right now? Perhaps that means an extra pillow, or adjusting the blankets, or shifting your weight until you find that one small angle of relief. Don't rush this. This is your first act of kindness tonight, a gesture of gentle truce offered to your body. Give it the time and the attention it deserves. Feel the surface beneath you rising up to meet you, to hold you completely. Notice the points of contact, the weight of your head on the pillow, the gentle drape of the blanket over you, the solidness of the mattress supporting your entire frame. For so long, you have been trying to hold everything together. Just for these next moments, allow yourself to be held instead. Now, let's set an intention, not of control, but of curiosity and release. The intention for tonight is not to force sleep. It is not to demand that your body obey. The intention is simply to release the fight, just for now. We are creating a sacred pause in the conflict, a ceasefire. We are laying down the heavy armor of frustration, the sharp sword of judgment, and the heavy shield of expectation. You have carried them for so long. It's okay to set them down by the bedside. Let the floor hold their weight. You do not need them here. This space is safe. In this space, you don't have to be anything other than what you are in this moment. You don't have to pretend to be strong, or patient, or at peace if you are not. Here, there is room for the weariness. There is room for the frustration. There is room for the grief you may feel for a body that once felt so effortlessly yours. We are not trying to banish these feelings. We are simply creating enough space around them so they don't have to consume you. Imagine you are creating a vast, quiet, peaceful inner landscape, a soft, dimly lit room where you can finally, truly rest. And in this room, you are simply going to listen. Not with the frantic ear of a problem solver trying to fix what is broken, but with the gentle, patient ear of a dear friend who is simply willing to sit and be present with what is. Your only task right now is to breathe, to feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest or your belly. Each breath is an anchor to this present moment, this place of truce. It's a quiet rhythm that has been with you since the moment you were born, a faithful companion. Tonight, we will lean on that simple rhythm. We will follow its lead. We will let it guide us away from the noise of the struggle and toward a place of deep, internal stillness. By the end of our time together, you will have heard wisdom that reframes this struggle, not as a betrayal, but as a profound invitation. An invitation to discover a strength that does not depend on physical ability, a spirit that cannot be diminished by limitation, and a peace that can be found even when the body refuses to be quieted. You are about to embark on a journey of reconciliation with the very vessel that carries your life. A journey back to the unshakable truth that your worth is not, and has never been, measured by what your body can or cannot do. So take one more slow, gentle breath in, and as you breathe out, feel the intention solidifying to release the fight, to be kind, to be present, to allow this time to be a gift of profound peace to yourself. There is nothing else you need to do. Just allow yourself to be here, in this moment, held and supported. The journey has already begun. As you rest here, in this quiet space of truce, let your mind drift back gently, without any force. There is a person who lives in your memory, a person who is, in every way, you, and yet feels like someone from a different time, a different story. This is the you who moved through the world with an unconscious ease, the you whose body was a silent and obedient partner in the dance of life. Do you remember them? Let's just spend a moment witnessing that person, not with longing or regret, but with a soft, gentle curiosity, as if looking through an old, treasured photo album. See them there, rising from a chair without a second thought, the muscles and joints working in a perfect unspoken symphony. Watch them walk up a flight of stairs, their breath even, their mind already on the room at the top, not on the journey to get there. Remember the feeling of lying down at night, a simple physical tiredness in the limbs, and trusting with absolute certainty that sleep would come. It was not a hope or a prayer. It was a given. It was the natural, expected conclusion to a day. This body, you remember, was a vessel of immense reliability. It carried you through long days. It recovered from exertion. It healed from small injuries with a quiet efficiency that required no conscious thought from you. It was your vehicle, your tool, your home in the world, and it functioned so perfectly that you rarely had to think about its inner workings at all. That lack of thought, that beautiful absence of awareness, was the very definition of health and ease. It was a gift you didn't even know you were being given, day after day. The energy that was available to you, the ability to make plans and know your body would be able to keep up, the freedom to say yes to an invitation without first having to do a complex calculation of your physical capacity. That was a form of wealth, a profound, unspoken freedom. And as we hold this memory, gently in our awareness, we must also make space for what arises alongside it. For many, what comes up is a profound sense of grief, and it is so important to name it as such. This is grief. It is a real and valid mourning for a person you once were, for a life that felt simpler, for an ease that was taken for granted because you never imagined it could disappear. This is not self-pity. It is the honest, human response to a significant loss. You have lost something that cannot be easily replaced. You have lost the profound innocence of a body that simply worked. We grieve people. We grieve pets. We grieve the loss of homes. It is just as valid, just as necessary, to grieve the loss of a former self, a former ability, a former life. This grief can be a quiet, private ache. The world doesn't hold funerals for the person you used to be. There are no sympathy cards for the loss of effortless movement or predictable sleep. And so, this mourning is often done in silence, in the dark, when you are alone with the stark contrast between the body you remember and the body you are in tonight. Let's change that, just for this moment. Right here, in this safe space, your grief is welcome. It is seen. It is understood. It is a testament to the life you have lived, the adventures you have had, the mountains you have climbed, both literal and metaphorical. The sadness you feel is simply the shadow cast by the light of what was. It is a measure of the love you had for that freedom, for that person who moved with such grace. So allow the feeling of it. If a sense of sadness or loss washes over you, don't push it away. Let it be like a gentle wave. It will not drown you. It is just a memory, saturated with emotion, passing through. By allowing it to be here, you honor it. You honor the journey that has brought you to this point. You validate the profound truth of your own experience. It is okay to miss that person. It is okay to feel a pang of sorrow for the simplicity that is gone. This acknowledgement is not a step backward. It is a crucial step toward a new kind of peace. We cannot make peace with our present reality if we are not first allowed to mourn what we have lost. Think of it like this. You cannot build a new home on a piece of land without first acknowledging the shape of the land itself. You must see its hills, its valleys, its streams. Tonight, we are simply acknowledging the valley of this loss. We are not trying to fill it in or level it out. We are just sitting by its edge, respectfully, and saying, I see you. I understand that you are here. And in this simple act of witnessing, something begins to shift. The struggle against the feeling lessens. The energy that was spent pretending it wasn't there can be released. The memory of the body you once had does not have to be a source of pain. It can become a source of compassion for the person you are today. Because when you truly remember how easy it once was, you can finally give yourself the grace to understand why this now feels so very hard. You are not weak. You are not failing. You are navigating a much more difficult path. And that requires a strength the old you never had to possess. So as you rest here, allow the echo of that past self to be present. Not as a ghost that haunts you, but as an ancestor within you, a part of your story, a part that deserves to be remembered, honored, and mourned, so that you, the person who is here now, can finally begin to find your own way forward, with tenderness and with a profound, well-earned compassion. As we sit with the memory of the body that was, and the grief for its passing, another feeling often emerges from the shadows. It's a darker, sharper, more uncomfortable emotion. It is the feeling of betrayal. Let's be honest about it. here in the safety of this space. It can truly feel as though you have been betrayed by your own physical form. This body, which was supposed to be your lifelong ally, your partner, the one thing you could count on to be yours and yours alone, has seemingly turned against you. It has broken the unspoken contract. The agreement was that you would care for it, and it, in turn, would carry you through your life. And you have tried. You have tried to feed it well, to move it, to rest it. And yet, here you are, feeling the sting of what feels like a profound mutiny from within. This feeling is raw, and it is powerful. It is the sense that the very ground beneath your feet, the ground of your own being, has become unstable. Naming this feeling is crucial. So often, we try to cover it up with more acceptable emotions. We might say we are frustrated, or disappointed, or struggling. But beneath those softer words, the raw, jagged edge of betrayal often lies. It's the feeling you get when a trusted friend turns on you, when a promise is broken in the most personal way imaginable. Because what could be more personal than your own body? It has been with you for every single moment of your existence. It knows your every secret. And now, its rebellion feels like the ultimate act of treachery. It feels like it is holding you hostage, limiting your life, your joy, your freedom from the inside out. And with this sense of betrayal comes a deep, burning anger, a righteous anger, an anger that says, "This is not fair," an anger that wants to scream at the injustice of it all. Why me? Why this? Why now? This anger is not a negative thing to be suppressed. It is a sign of life. It is the roar of your spirit refusing to be quietly extinguished. It is a sign of your passion for living, your love of the life that you feel is being stolen from you, bit by bit. That anger is a form of energy. It is a fire. And for a long time, you may have been pointing that fire inward, letting it burn you up with guilt or self-blame, wondering what you did wrong. Or you've been letting it burn outwardly as frustration with the world, with doctors, with the people around you who just don't seem to understand. But for tonight, we are not going to judge this anger or try to get rid of it. We are simply going to hold space for it. We are going to acknowledge its presence and honor its source. Imagine that anger as a fierce guard dog that is simply trying to protect you. It is barking at the intruder of limitation, at the thief of your vitality. It is doing its job. It is trying to defend the territory of your life. So, instead of scolding the dog, you can look at it with a bit of compassion and say, "I see you. Thank you for trying to protect me. I know you are here because I am hurting." This simple acknowledgement can begin to soften the anger's sharpest edges. It doesn't extinguish the fire, but it can turn a destructive blaze into a contained, warm hearth. Beneath the anger, there is an even deeper layer, the emotional pain that accompanies the physical limitations. This is the pain of isolation, the feeling that you are alone in this struggle, even when surrounded by people. It is the pain of feeling like a burden, or of worrying about your future. It is the deep ache of envy when you see others moving through the world with the ease you once had. It is the quiet humiliation of having to say no to things you long to do. It is the exhaustion of having to constantly plan and manage your life around your body's unpredictable nature. This emotional pain is often heavier than the physical pain itself. The physical pain is in a specific location, a joint, a nerve, a muscle. But the emotional pain is everywhere. It colors your thoughts. It dampens your joy. It whispers doubts in your ear in the middle of the night. This is the weight of betrayal. It is a complex, heavy cloak woven from threads of anger, injustice, fear, and profound sadness. And you have been carrying it every single day. You might not even notice its weight anymore because you've grown so accustomed to it. Like a soldier who has worn their armor for so long, they've forgotten the feeling of being without it. But it is there, and it is exhausting. It takes an immense amount of energy to live in a state of quiet, constant conflict with your own body. This internal war drains your resources that could be used for healing, for finding joy, for adapting. Recognizing this weight is the first step to being able to set it down, even for a little while. Tonight, the invitation is simply to acknowledge the full scope of this feeling, to give yourself permission to feel betrayed, to let the anger be there without judgment, to recognize the deep emotional pain that has become your constant companion. You are not making it real by acknowledging it. You are simply honoring what is already undeniably there. There is a strange and beautiful alchemy in this kind of radical honesty. When we stop fighting to feel something different, when we simply allow ourselves to feel what is true, a small space of peace can begin to open up. It is the peace of no longer being at war with your own heart. So as you lie here, just let the truth of it be. I feel betrayed. I am angry. I am in pain. Say it silently to yourself. Let the words land in the quiet room of your own soul. And just notice what happens when you stop running from the truth and simply allow it to be. As the truth of that feeling settles, the anger, the sense of betrayal, it's essential that we affirm something with absolute clarity. It is completely and utterly understandable that you feel this way. This was not the plan. Whatever vision you had for your life, for your future, for your next year, or even your next day, it probably did not include this struggle. It did not include this constant negotiation with your own body, this feeling of being tethered when you long to be free. You had plans, dreams, and expectations built upon the reasonable assumption that your body would remain a reliable collaborator. And when that collaboration broke down, it feels like the entire blueprint for your life was torn up. So of course, you feel that this is unfair. Because it is. In the grand, human scheme of things, there is a deep and profound unfairness to it all. Let's normalize the rage. Let's take it out of the corner where it's been shamed into silence and bring it into the light. The rage against limitations that feel like they are actively stealing your dignity is one of the most human responses imaginable. Dignity is so often tied to our independence, our ability to do for ourselves, to participate in life on our own terms. When that is compromised, it can feel like your very essence is under attack. The frustration of needing help with something you used to do with ease, the quiet embarrassment of having to cancel plans again, the internal scream when your body just won't cooperate for the simplest of tasks. This is not a small thing. It is a daily erosion of the self you thought you were. And to feel rage in the face of that erosion is not a sign of a character flaw. It is a sign that your spirit is still fighting for its own value. Think about it this way. If you saw someone else, someone you loved, being held back against their will, their potential being unfairly limited, their joy being systematically drained away, you would be furious on their behalf. You would see it as a great injustice. The rage you feel is that same protective instinct, turned inward. It is the part of you that loves your life, the part that knows your potential, the part that believes in your right to freedom and joy, crying out against the cage that has descended upon you. Don't be afraid of this rage. Don't mistake it for negativity. It is a powerful life force. It is the proof that you have not given up on yourself. It is a testament to the fact that you know, deep in your bones, that you were made for more than this limitation. And in this fight, in this feeling, you are so deeply not alone. This is not a strange, unique, or isolated pathology that you alone are experiencing. This is a deeply, universally human response to a profound loss of control. Millions of people, right now, on this same planet, are lying awake in the dark, feeling some version of this very same battle. People in bodies young and old, bodies that are sick or injured, bodies that are aging, bodies that are simply, mysteriously, not cooperating. They too know the quiet desperation of a mind that is ready to go, tethered to a body that says no. They too know the hot shame that can curdle into anger. They too know what it's like to mourn a life that feels like it's happening just out of reach, on the other side of a wall of physical limitation. When your experience is not witnessed, it can feel like you are losing your mind. You begin to ask, am I overreacting? Am I the only one who feels this furious? Should I just be more grateful, more positive? The world is full of well-meaning advice that can feel like a silencing. Just think positive. Focus on what you can do. Everything happens for a reason. While these sentiments may come from a good place, they often skip over the most crucial step: the validation of the raw, painful, messy truth of the experience. The truth is that sometimes it just hurts. Sometimes it is just unfair. Sometimes positivity feels like a lie. So tonight, we are not skipping that step. We are dwelling in it. We are planting a flag right in the heart of this unfairness and saying, yes, this is real. Your feelings are a sane response to an insane situation. You have every right to feel cheated. You have every right to be angry at a body that isn't holding up its end of the bargain. You have every right to mourn the plan that has gone so far off course. Your feelings are not the problem. Your feelings are a compass pointing directly at the wound. And we must look at the wound honestly before we can ever hope to tend to it. By allowing yourself to feel this, by having it validated, you are not wallowing. You are breathing. For so long, you may have been holding your emotional breath, trying not to feel the full weight of it, for fear it might crush you. But holding your breath is exhausting. The release, the exhale, is in the acknowledgment. This is so hard, and it's okay that I feel that it's hard. Can you feel the small release in that? The tiny bit of space that opens up when you stop fighting against your own feelings? This is not about giving up. It's about giving up the second fight, the fight against yourself. The first fight, with the physical limitations, is hard enough. The second fight, where you judge and shame yourself for your natural reactions, is a self-inflicted wound. Tonight, we can at least lay down our arms in that second war. You can be on your own side. You can be your own ally, even and especially when your body feels like an adversary. You are not alone. Your feelings are normal. This was not the plan, and it is okay to be furious and heartbroken about that. And so, we arrive at the heart of this night, at a crossroads. For hours, days, months, perhaps even years, You have been holding on so tightly. You've been gripping the reins of control, trying to steer your body, trying to force it, trying to will it into submission, into health, into sleep. You have been pushing a boulder up a hill, and every morning you find it has rolled back down again. The effort is monumental. The energy it consumes is immense. This fight, this constant low-grade internal battle, is one of the most exhausting things a human being can do. It's the exhaustion on top of the exhaustion. There is the physical fatigue, the pain, the sleeplessness itself. But then there is the fatigue of the struggle, the weariness that comes from being the relentless soldier, the vigilant warden, the disappointed taskmaster of your own physical being. And it is this second layer of exhaustion that we can actually do something about right now. So here is the radical invitation for tonight. The most healing and powerful thing you can do in this very moment. Give yourself permission to be tired. Not just tired of being awake, but tired of the fight itself. Permission to stop. Just for tonight. Just for these few hours in the sacred dark, you are being granted a full and unconditional permission to lay down your arms. You do not have to fight your body anymore. You do not have to be frustrated with it. You do not have to analyze it, fix it, or understand it. You are officially relieved of duty. Your shift is over. You can let go. Consider the sheer amount of energy it takes to maintain this state of resistance. Every time a wave of pain comes, you brace against it. Every time a worrying thought about your health appears, you engage with it, either by battling it or believing it. Every moment you lie here, aware that you are not asleep, there is a part of your mind that is judging it, lamenting it, calculating the consequences for tomorrow. This is all work. It is active, energy-consuming mental and emotional labor. It is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It takes constant, focused pressure. The moment you relax your grip, it bobs back to the surface. Your frustration, your worry, your struggle. These are the hands pushing that ball down, and it is tiring. So what if, just as an experiment in peace, you took your hands away? What if you just let the beach ball bob on the surface? What if you just let the reality be what it is? I am awake. My body is in discomfort. I am here. Without the added layer of, and this is a catastrophe, and I must fix it, and I am failing. What happens in that space that opens up? The energy that was being used to push down, to resist, is suddenly free. It is liberated. It doesn't magically make the pain go away or bring sleep instantly, but it removes a huge source of suffering, the suffering of the struggle itself. This is the kindness of surrender. Not surrender as in defeat, but surrender as in a wise general who recognizes that this particular battle cannot be won through force, and so chooses to conserve their army's strength for another day, for a different strategy. Let's use an analogy to feel this more deeply in your body. Imagine that for this entire time, you have been wearing a heavy, cumbersome suit of armor. Each piece represents a part of the fight. The helmet is the helmet of obsessive thoughts, the endless analysis of your symptoms and your sleep. It's heavy, and it constricts your view. The breastplate is the breastplate of fear. Fear of the future, fear of the pain, fear of what this all means. It's rigid, and it makes it hard to breathe deeply. The gauntlets on your hands are the gauntlets of control, the desperate need to grip and to fix, and the heavy greaves on your legs are the weight of past regrets and future worries, making every step a monumental effort. You have been walking, sitting, and lying down in this armor for so long. No wonder you are so tired. So, just for tonight, let's take it off, piece by painstaking piece. Start with the helmet. With a slow exhale, imagine you are unbuckling the strap beneath your chin and lifting it off. Feel the immediate relief, the cool air on your face, the ability to see the whole room, not just the narrow slit of your worries. Your thoughts can now come and go, without being trapped and amplified inside the metal. Now, the breastplate. Imagine undoing the clasps at your shoulders and your sides. Feel its immense weight as you let it slide off and fall to the floor with a soft thud. And as it falls away, take a deeper breath than you have all day. Feel your chest expand with a new freedom. The space where fear was pressing on your heart is now open. Next, the gauntlets. One by one, just open your hands. Unclench your fists. Feel the tension in your fingers, your wrists, your forearms, just melting away. You are releasing the need to fix, to control, to manage. Your hands can now be soft. They can rest. They don't have to do anything. Finally, the heavy boots and greaves. With one final deep sigh of release, just let them dissolve. Feel the energy of worry draining out through the soles of your feet, leaving your legs feeling light, soft, and relaxed. You are here now, in your own vulnerable, soft, human form. Without your armor, it might feel strange at first, a little exposed, but it is also a relief. The battle is over for tonight. You have called a truce, and in this quiet, undefended space, true rest can finally begin to find you. You are no longer a soldier. You are just a person resting, and that is more than enough. Now that the armor is off, and you are resting in this undefended quiet, a new possibility can emerge. We can begin a subtle but profound shift in perspective. For so long, you have seen your body as an adversary, the enemy, the betrayer, the source of the problem. This is a natural perspective born of pain and frustration, and we have honored it. But holding this perspective, as we've seen, requires a state of war. And war is, by its very nature, exhausting and destructive. What if, from this place of truce, we could begin to explore a different relationship? What if we could start to see the body not as your enemy, but as your companion on an unexpectedly difficult journey? Not a traitor, but a partner who is also struggling, also in pain, and doing its absolute best under incredibly challenging circumstances. This is not about pretending the pain isn't real, or that the limitations aren't frustrating. It's about changing the story you tell about them. The facts remain the same. There is pain, there is sleeplessness, there are limits. But the narrative can shift from, my body is betraying me, to my body and I are going through something very difficult together. Can you feel the subtle but powerful difference in that? The first story creates separation and conflict. The second creates unity and compassion. In the first story, you are the victim of your body. In the second, you are a team, facing a common challenge. You are both in this together. This shift is the beginning of a dialogue of truce. Let's take this idea a step further. Consider that your body is not a betrayer, but a messenger. A profoundly honest, if sometimes clumsy, messenger. Every sensation that you have been fighting against, the pain, the restlessness, the vibrating alertness when you want to be asleep, is a communication. It is a message from the deepest, most ancient wisdom of your physical self. A body in a state of perfect ease has no need to send strong signals. It can operate in the background, silently. But a body that is under stress, that is depleted, that is injured, or that is processing immense strain must speak up. And its language is not one of polite, intellectual words. Its language is the raw, undeniable language of sensation. Pain is a message that says, attention is needed here. There is damage, or inflammation, or something that requires care and gentleness. Restlessness can be a message from a nervous system that is overloaded, crying out, I am in a state of high alert, and I do not feel safe enough to power down. The inability to sleep can be the ultimate message, a system-wide broadcast declaring, the conditions for rest are not being met. I am using all available energy to manage a perceived threat or an ongoing crisis. We have been treating these messages as the problem. We shoot the messenger. We try to silence it, numb it, ignore it, or yell at it to go away. But what if we tried to listen to the message itself? What if we approached our body's signals not with frustration, but with a gentle curiosity? Imagine your body is a small child or a beloved pet that cannot speak your language. If it were crying, you wouldn't get angry at the sound of the crying. You would get curious about the reason for the crying. You would ask, what is it? Are you hungry? Are you scared? Are you in pain? You would offer comfort. You would try to understand. We can begin to bring the same quality of compassionate curiosity to ourselves. When you feel a pang of pain, instead of the automatic reaction of, oh no, there it is again, you could just for a moment soften around it and silently ask, what are you trying to tell me? What do you need? The answer may not come in words. It may come as an intuitive sense, a need for warmth or stillness or a gentle stretch. Or maybe there is no immediate answer at all. The power is in the asking. The power is in changing the relationship from one of adversarial reaction to one of compassionate inquiry. This is the essence of inviting a quiet internal truce. It's a pause in the conflict between your will and your flesh. Your will, your conscious mind, says, I want to sleep. I want to be pain-free. I want to get on with my life. Your flesh, your body, is saying, I am not able to do that right now, and here is the evidence. The truce happens when the will stops shouting commands and instead sits down next to the flesh and says, okay, I hear you. It sounds like you are having a really hard time. I'm not going to fight you tonight. I'm just going to stay here with you. We'll be awake together, if that's what has to happen. We will be in pain together, if that is what is happening. This is a radical act of self-love. It's the moment you stop abandoning yourself. You stop siding with your own internal critic and instead choose to ally yourself with the part of you that is struggling. In this moment, you become your own sanctuary. You become the safe harbor you have been so desperately seeking. The peace that has eluded you for so long isn't found in the absence of symptoms. It is found in the absence of the internal war against those symptoms. So, as you lie here, can you feel this shift? From adversary to companion, from betrayer to messenger, from a battleground to a shared space of being. You and your body, in this bed, in this moment, not as enemies, but as two weary travelers who have finally agreed to stop fighting and simply rest, together, in the quiet of a long-awaited truce. In this quiet space of truce, with the war subsiding, something even more profound can begin to blossom. It is the practice of honoring this vessel's journey. It is so easy, when you are in a state of conflict with your body, to see only its current limitations. You become hyper-focused on its failures, its pains, its refusals. Your entire perception of this physical form becomes defined by what it cannot do right now. But this body has a history. It has a long and storied past, most of which you have likely forgotten or taken for granted. Tonight, let's gently turn our attention toward that history, not to dwell in the past, but to bring a sense of balance and gratitude to the present. Let's extend a deep and heartfelt gratitude for everything your body has done, for all the silent, thankless work it has performed for decades. Think of the mountains it has climbed. And I don't just mean literal mountains, though it may have done that too. Think of the mountains of stress it has weathered, the long nights studying or working, the deadlines it helped you meet. Think of the times it ran, not for exercise, but for the sheer joy of it as a child, feeling the wind in your hair. Think of the burdens it has carried, both physical and emotional. It carried you through heartbreak, holding the tension in its shoulders and the grief in its chest, allowing you to survive. It carried you through periods of immense joy, dancing at weddings, hugging loved ones, its heart beating faster with excitement. It has carried the weight of your worries in its gut and the effort of your concentration in the muscles around your eyes. Every single experience you have ever had in this world has been made possible by this body. It is the vehicle of your entire life's journey. For years, it did all of this without complaint. It digested your food. It fought off illnesses you never even knew you were exposed to. It healed cuts and bruises. It turned air into life-giving energy, all while you were busy living, thinking, and doing. It was the most faithful and reliable partner, the stage upon which the entire drama of your life has unfolded. To forget all of that, to reduce its entire identity to its current struggle, is a profound injustice to the truth of its service. It is like judging a lifelong loyal friend based on one difficult day. Tonight, we can correct that injustice. We can remember. We can honor the vast and tireless journey it has taken simply to get you here, to this very bed, in this very moment. Let's try an analogy. Imagine your body as a ship, a magnificent, sturdy ship that was given to you at the start of a great voyage across the vast ocean of life. In its youth, the ship was new. Its sails were bright white. Its wood was strong and polished, and it cut through the waves with effortless speed and grace. It sailed through sunny, calm seas, and it weathered terrifying, unexpected storms. It navigated treacherous reefs, and it discovered beautiful hidden islands. It carried precious cargo, your dreams, your loves, your experiences. It was your home on the water, the only one you've ever known. Now, after so many decades at sea, the ship is weathered. Its sails might be a bit tattered. Its hull bears the scars of storms and the marks of long journeys. The wood is no longer polished. It's grayed and grooved with the stories of 1,000 voyages. It might creak and groan in a high wind. It may not be able to sail as fast as it once did, and it might need to spend more time in safe harbors for repairs. It would be foolish to look at this weathered, noble ship and feel only anger and frustration at its current condition. You wouldn't scream at it, "Why aren't you new anymore? Why can't you sail through this hurricane the way you used to?" No. You would look at this ship with a sense of awe and reverence. You would run your hand over its scarred wood and feel the stories it holds. You would feel a profound gratitude for the fact that it has carried you safely this far, through so much. You would understand that it is not failing you. It is simply showing the honest, honorable marks of a long and eventful journey. And you would realize that now, more than ever, this faithful vessel needs your care, your gentleness, and your deep appreciation. This is the perspective we can now bring to our own bodies. We can begin to see the aches, the pains, the limitations, not as signs of failure, but as the honorable scars of a life lived. They are the map of your journey. So, as you are lying here, can you begin to send some of this compassionate, grateful energy to the parts of you that are struggling? You don't have to try and change them or fix them. Just send them a silent message of acknowledgement and thanks. To the joints that ache, you can say, "Thank you for all the years you allowed me to walk, to run, to dance. I am sorry you are in pain now. I will try to be gentle with you." To the nervous system that feels frayed and on high alert, "Thank you for trying so hard to keep me safe for all these years. I know you are overwhelmed. It's okay. We can rest now." To the mind that won't quiet, "Thank you for all the problems you have solved for me, for all the ways you have tried to protect me. You have worked so hard, you have permission to be still." This is not a mental trick. It is a profound practice of healing. It is the act of re-establishing a relationship of love and respect with the very form that gives you life. It is transforming your inner landscape from a battlefield into a sanctuary, a place of healing where your weary vessel can finally feel safe, appreciated, and honored for its incredible lifelong voyage. You are not your body's master. You are its grateful passenger. And tonight, you are its gentle, compassionate caretaker. As we cultivate this deep sense of gratitude for the body's long journey, we arrive at another essential, liberating truth. A truth that can provide the deepest comfort and the most profound freedom of all. And it is this: you are more than this body. For your entire life, your identity has been intimately woven together with your physical form. Your sense of self has been linked to what your body looks like, what it can do, how it feels. When you were healthy and capable, this fusion of self and body was seamless, effortless. But when the body begins to change, to falter, to become a source of limitation and pain, this fusion becomes a source of immense suffering. Because if you believe that you are your body, then a failing body means a failing self. A limited body means a limited self. This is the illusion we must now gently, lovingly begin to dismantle. We must begin the sacred work of separating your core identity from your physical capabilities. Let's begin with a simple, powerful affirmation. Let this be a quiet anchor for your mind tonight. Let the words sink in, not just as a concept, but as a felt reality. My spirit is not limited by my body. My worth is not defined by what I can do. Let's take a moment with that. Breathe it in. My spirit is not limited by my body. The part of you that is aware right now, the consciousness that is listening to these words and making sense of them, where is that located? Can you point to it? Is it in your head? Your heart? It's a trick question because it is nowhere and everywhere. It is the formless awareness in which all sensations, pain, discomfort, ease, warmth, cold, arise and pass away. Aches and pains happen within your awareness, but they are not the awareness itself. The body can be a stormy sea, but you are the vast, unchanging sky that holds the sea. The weather can change. The sea can be tumultuous or calm, but the sky is always there, vast, open, and untouched. Your spirit, your core essence, is that sky. Now let's feel into the second part. My worth is not defined by what I can do. In our world, we are taught from a very young age that our value is based on our productivity, our achievements, our abilities. We are human doings, not human beings. This is one of the most painful and pervasive lies of our culture. When you can do less, you internalize this lie and conclude that you are less, that your worth has diminished. But this is not true. Your worth is inherent. It is absolute. It was bestowed upon you at birth and can never be taken away. It has nothing to do with your job, your physical strength, your ability to run a marathon, or even your ability to get a good night's sleep. Your worth is based on the simple, miraculous fact of your existence. You are a unique expression of life itself. That is the source of your worth, and it is untouchable. It cannot be diminished by illness, by age, or by any physical limitation. Realizing this, truly realizing this in your bones, is the beginning of a profound liberation. It means that what is happening to your body is just that. It is happening to your body. It is not happening to the core of who you are, the core of you, your consciousness, your capacity to love, your wisdom gained from a lifetime of experience, your sense of humor, your kindness, your ability to find beauty in a sunset or comfort in a piece of music. All of this remains whole and untouched. This essence is indestructible. It's like a diamond. You can cover a diamond in mud, but the diamond itself remains brilliant and flawless underneath. The physical struggles are the mud. They are real. They are messy, and they can obscure the light, but they have not and cannot damage the diamond. This is not to dismiss the very real pain and frustration of the physical experience. It is not a spiritual bypass. The mud is uncomfortable. We must tend to it with compassion. But it is crucial to remember, especially in the darkest moments, that the mud is not you. You are the diamond. So when you are lying here and your body is sending you signals of pain or restlessness, you can practice this separation. You can observe the sensation and say, "There is a sensation of pain in my leg." Notice the difference between that and "my leg hurts," or even "I am in pain." The first statement creates a small but crucial space. It acknowledges that you, the observer, are here, and the sensation is over there. You are the one who is aware of the pain. Therefore, you cannot be the pain itself. You are the container, and the pain is a temporary content. Let's try it right now. Notice any sensation that is present in your body. It might be the feeling of the blanket on your skin, the air in your lungs, or an area of discomfort. Just choose one. And instead of getting lost in it, just observe it. Name it silently. There is a feeling of warmth here. There is an ache here. There is a tingling here. And as you observe it, notice that there is a you that is doing the observing. That you is the untouched, unchanging core of your being. That is your spirit. That is your true self. And it is perfectly, completely, and eternally whole, regardless of the temporary weather patterns in the body it inhabits. This realization is a homecoming. It is the return to the part of you that was never broken, that was never sick, and that can never be diminished. It is your ultimate sanctuary. Having recognized that you are more than the body, we can now venture even deeper into that truth. We can move from a conceptual understanding to a felt experience. This is about connecting, right now, with the indestructible essence of your being, the part of you that doesn't age, does not break, and doesn't tire. This is the part I have called your spirit, your core, your consciousness. Words are insufficient because they are labels for something that is beyond definition. But we can feel our way into it. This essence is the silent witness that has been with you through every experience of your life. It was there when you were a child, experiencing joy or fear. It was there during your greatest triumphs and your deepest sorrows. It is here now, listening to these words, aware of the sensations in your body, aware of the thoughts drifting through your mind. It is the constant, steady presence against which the ever-changing movie of your life has been projected. It is the screen. Everything else is just the film. And the screen is never harmed by even the most frightening or painful scenes in the movie. Let's use a gentle visualization to help you connect with this inner anchor. There's no need to strain or force anything. Just allow the images and feelings to arise as they will. Imagine, somewhere within the center of your being, perhaps in your chest, in your heart space, or in your solar plexus, a calm, steady light. It might be small, like a single candle flame in a dark room, or it might be a soft, radiant glow. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just sense its presence. This light represents your core essence, your undiminished spirit. This light has always been there. It was there when you were born, and it will be there for the entirety of your journey. Now notice the qualities of this light. It is steady. It doesn't flicker wildly with every passing thought or emotion. It doesn't grow dim when pain arises in the body. It doesn't flare up in anger or shrink in fear. It simply is. It has a quality of profound and unshakable peace. It is utterly calm. It is the eye of the hurricane. All around it, the winds of your thoughts, your emotions, and your physical sensations may howl and swirl. The storm can be intense, but at the very center, there is this point of absolute stillness, this unwavering light. This is your inner sanctuary, your true home. And the most beautiful thing about it is that no physical limitation can ever extinguish it. Sickness cannot touch it. Age cannot diminish it. Pain cannot put it out. It is beyond the reach of the body's struggles. It is your inherent, indestructible nature. As you continue to rest with this image, see if you can feel yourself drawing strength from this inner core of peace. You don't have to create this strength. You are simply remembering that it is there and connecting to it. Imagine that with each gentle breath you take, you are breathing into this light. And with each breath out, the light glows a little brighter, its soft radiance expanding. Imagine its warm, peaceful glow spreading gently from the center of your chest outward. Feel it filling your torso, a soft, warm honey of peace. Feel it flowing down into your arms and hands and down into your legs and feet, bringing a sense of warmth and ease. Feel it flowing up into your neck and head, soothing the muscles in your face, quieting the busy mind. This light is not trying to fight the darkness or push away the pain. That would be a struggle, and we are done with struggle for tonight. Instead, it coexists with whatever else is present. If there is pain, the light surrounds the pain, infuses the area with its warmth and gentleness. It doesn't eliminate the sensation, but it changes your relationship to it. It holds the pain in a vast, compassionate embrace. The pain is no longer an isolated, terrifying enemy. It is a sensation held in a field of profound peace. If there are anxious thoughts, the light illuminates them, not to analyze them, but simply to see them for what they are. Fleeting clouds of energy passing through the vast sky of your awareness. The light doesn't get caught in the story of the thoughts. It simply provides the space for them to arise and dissolve. This inner light, this core of peace, is always accessible to you. Always. even in the moments of your greatest struggle, your deepest pain, your most profound frustration, a part of you remains untouched and at peace. You may lose contact with it. You may forget it is there. The storm may become so loud that you can't hear the silence at its center. But it is always there, waiting patiently for you to remember, for you to turn your attention inward and come home. So tonight, the invitation is to rest in this knowing, to identify yourself not with the storm, but with the calm at its center. You are not the waves. You are the deep, still ocean beneath. You are not the fleeting clouds. You are the vast, open sky. Let your awareness settle into this feeling of being the light. Feel its inherent qualities of peace, stillness, and strength as your own. This is your true nature. The body is your temporary home, your precious and weathered vessel. But you, the real you, are this indestructible, peaceful light. Resting as this light, you are safe. You are whole. And you have all the resources you need to meet this moment and every moment with grace. As you rest in this connection to your undiminished core, a new kind of freedom begins to reveal itself. It is not the freedom you once knew, the freedom of an unthinking, effortless body, the freedom of doing. This is a different kind of liberty, one that is discovered in the quiet moments of simply being. For so long, your sense of freedom and vitality was tied to action, to moving, achieving, creating, participating. When those abilities become limited, it's natural to feel that your freedom has been stolen. You feel confined, trapped within the new boundaries set by your physical form. But what if the cage is not the body itself, but the belief that freedom only exists outside of it, in the world of action? What if there is a vast, untapped continent of freedom available to you right here, right now, in the stillness? This is the freedom of awareness, the freedom to choose where you place your attention, the freedom to find richness in the subtle, internal world when the external world becomes less accessible. You are finding it now, the ability to notice the gentle rise and fall of your breath, the feeling of the sheets against your skin, the quiet hum in the room. In the past, these small, mundane details would have been drowned out by the noise of doing. But now, in the stillness, they can become a source of profound richness and presence. This is not a consolation prize. It is a genuine, powerful form of living. It is the discovery that a whole universe exists within you, a universe that is just as real and just as meaningful as the one outside. You are shifting from a life defined by its horizontal breadth, how many places you can go, how many things you can do, to a life defined by its vertical depth, how deeply you can inhabit a single moment, how fully you can be present with what is. This is a new kind of stillness, not of forced inactivity, but of chosen presence. And as you explore this inner world, we must gently weave in an understanding that is crucial for integrating this new reality. And it is the deep, unshakable knowing that your dignity is inherent. It cannot be taken away by physical change. In our culture, as we've noted, dignity is often confused with independence. We believe that to be dignified is to be self-sufficient, to be in control, to not need help. And so, when we begin to need help, when we lose a degree of control over our own bodies, we feel a sense of shame. We feel our dignity is eroding. But this is a profound misunderstanding of what dignity truly is. True dignity is not about what you can do. It is about who you are. It is the same as your inherent worth. It is the unchangeable, sacred value of your existence. A great ancient tree that has been struck by lightning and can no longer grow tall still possesses an immense dignity. Its gnarled, broken branches tell a story of resilience, of a life that has weathered incredible storms. It is beautiful and worthy, not in spite of its brokenness, but because of the story its form now tells. An elderly person who needs help with the simplest of tasks has not lost their dignity. They have a lifetime of wisdom, love, and experience etched into their very being. Their dignity resides in their history, in their spirit, in the love they have given and received. Your dignity does not reside in your legs that can walk without pain, or in your nervous system that can fall asleep on command. Your dignity resides in your indestructible spirit. It is in your capacity to feel, to love, to be aware. And that can never be compromised. Needing help is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that you are human, that you are part of an interconnected web of life where we all, at times, must lean on one another. To allow yourself to be cared for with grace is an act of profound dignity. We are now at the heart of the integration. This is where all the threads of our journey tonight come together. We have mourned the body we remember. We have held space for the anger and betrayal. We have released the exhausting fight. We have reframed the body as a companion and a messenger. We have honored its long journey. We have separated our true self from our physical form. We have connected with our undiminished spirit. And now, we integrate it all into a single, cohesive truth that you can carry into the quiet of the night. You are whole, exactly as you are in this moment. Wholeness does not mean a body that is perfectly healthy or a life that is free from problems. That is perfection, and it is an illusion. Wholeness means that nothing is missing. It means that you, in your entirety, with your strong spirit and your struggling body, with your memories of the past and your uncertainties about the future, with your moments of peace and your moments of frustration, are complete. You are not a problem to be solved. You are not a project to be fixed. You are a whole human being, having a whole human experience. And part of that wholeness is this very struggle. It has become part of the weave of your life's tapestry, and its threads, while perhaps dark, add a depth and a texture that was not there before. They speak of a strength you didn't know you had, a resilience you are discovering every day. So, as you lie here, let go of the idea that you need to be different, or better, or healed, in order to be worthy of rest, in order to be whole. You are already there. You are whole right now, in this bed, in this body, in this moment of sleeplessness. There is nothing you need to add, and nothing you can take away that would change your fundamental completeness. Rest in that. Let it be the ground beneath you. You are not broken. You are simply on a new and unexpected part of your journey, and you are meeting it with the entirety of your being. And that is a thing of profound dignity and grace. As this deep sense of wholeness settles over you, like a soft, heavy blanket, we prepare to drift toward the shores of sleep. This preparation is not about following a set of rules or performing a series of techniques. It is an act of gentle, loving surrender. It is the final, kindest letting go. For so long, your approach to sleep may have been one of effort and control. You've tried to manage your thoughts, control your environment, and force your body to relax. You've treated sleep like a fortress to be conquered, a summit to be scaled. And if you've failed, you've blamed yourself for not trying hard enough or not using the right strategy. But what if sleep isn't a goal to be achieved, but a gift to be received? What if it cannot be taken by force, but only accepted when it is offered? Sleep is a natural state of being, a place of deep trust. It requires a profound letting go of the conscious, controlling mind. The more we try to control it, the more we signal to our ancient nervous system that we are in a state of high alert, and the further sleep recedes. So, tonight, we will practice the kindness of surrender. We will gently, gracefully surrender the need for control over your body's functions. You can consciously choose to stop being the manager of your own biology. Your body has an ancient, innate wisdom that is far older and far more intelligent than your conscious mind. It knows how to beat your heart, how to digest your food, how to heal a wound, and it knows, on the deepest of levels, how to rest. It is not forgotten. The conscious mind, with its worry and its striving, is like a frantic, well-meaning child who keeps running into the control room and pushing all the buttons, disrupting the smooth, automatic operation of the system. Tonight, we are kindly and gently escorting that child out of the control room. We are putting up a sign on the door that says, "Thank you for your concern. The professionals have it from here." This means you are surrendering the outcome of tonight. You are letting go of the attachment to whether you sleep or not. This may sound paradoxical, but it is the key. The desperate need to sleep is the very thing that creates the tension that prevents sleep. So, just for now, release the goal. Your new goal is simply to rest, to lie here in this state of peaceful, non-resistant awareness. If sleep comes, that is a beautiful bonus. If it doesn't, you are still giving your body and mind a profound and healing gift, a period of deep, conscious rest without struggle. This rest is valuable in and of itself. It is restorative. It is kind. And ironically, by making peace with wakefulness, you create the perfect conditions for sleep to arise naturally in its own time. Now, let's deepen this surrender by placing your trust in the body's ancient wisdom. Your body is not a machine that you have to operate. It is a self-regulating, incredibly intelligent organism that is always striving for balance and healing. It knows what it needs. When you are fighting it, you are working against this innate intelligence. When you surrender, you are aligning with it. You are stepping aside and allowing the body's own healing mechanisms to take over. Trust that your body knows how to find rest when it is truly ready, when it feels safe enough to do so. Your only job is to create the conditions of safety. And the ultimate condition of safety is the absence of the internal war. When the body no longer has to defend against your frustration and your judgment, it can finally redirect that energy toward its own processes of repair and replenishment. To help seal this intention, we can use a gentle affirmation. You don't need to say it out loud. Just let the feeling of the words wash over you like a gentle tide. Let each phrase be an exhale, a letting go. I release the struggle. Feel that. Imagine the tense ropes of struggle in your mind and your muscles going slack. The fight is over. You have declared peace. I allow my body to do what it needs to do. This is the core of the surrender. You are stepping down from the role of dictator and becoming a benevolent, trusting observer. Whatever sensations arise, whatever state it is in, you are simply allowing it to be, without interference. You are trusting its process. I invite peace. This is not a demand for peace, but a soft and open invitation. You are opening the door of your being and creating a welcoming space. You are saying to peace, to rest, to sleep, you are welcome here whenever you are ready to arrive. There is no rush. The door is open. Let's rest with these affirmations for a moment. With each breath out, feel a layer of control being released. Release the need to know why. Release the need to predict when. Release the need to make it happen. You are giving the whole project over to a greater intelligence, the intelligence of life itself, which flows through you. You are a boat that has been struggling against the current, engine straining. Now, you are turning off the engine. You are pulling up the oars. And you are allowing yourself to simply drift, trusting that the gentle, inexorable current of life will carry you exactly where you need to go. And for tonight, that destination is a vast, calm ocean of rest. You don't need to navigate there. You just need to allow yourself to be carried. As you float in this gentle state of surrender, we can begin the process of a gentle unraveling. All day, and perhaps for many days, you have been accumulating tension. It gathers in your body and mind like a series of knots. There is the knot of worry in your stomach, the knot of tension in your jaw from clenching it, the knot of tightness in your shoulders from carrying your burdens, the knot of frantic thoughts in your mind tangled around and around each other. These knots are the physical and mental residue of the struggle. They are the evidence of the fight. Now, in this time of truce and surrender, we can invite them to slowly, gently come undone. There is no force involved. We are not trying to rip the knots apart. We are simply creating the conditions of softness and safety in which they can naturally, effortlessly release on their own. Let's use a simple visualization to help this process along. Imagine that these knots of tension, both physical and mental, are like tightly wound balls of yarn. Throughout the day, life has pulled them tighter and tighter. Now imagine a pair of gentle hands, your own compassionate awareness, coming to one of these knots. Perhaps it is the one in your shoulders. The hands don't pull or yank at the yarn. They simply hold it with warmth and kindness. And in this warmth, the very center of the knot begins to loosen, just a little. A tiny bit of space appears. And then, as if in slow motion, you can imagine the yarn beginning to unravel. Strand by strand. It doesn't happen all at once. It's a slow, patient, spiraling release. You are just watching it happen, witnessing the tension dissolving back into its natural state of ease. You can feel this now as a wave of softness moving through you. Let's guide this wave consciously, starting from the very top of your head. Bring your awareness to your scalp and your forehead. This is an area that holds so much tension from concentration and worry. Without trying to do anything, simply bring a soft, gentle attention there and invite the muscles to release. Imagine the skin on your forehead smoothing out, the space between your eyebrows widening. Let this wave of softness flow down over your eyes. Let your eyes rest heavily in their sockets, releasing the strain of seeing and focusing. Let the tiny muscles around your eyes go completely limp. Allow this softness to cascade down to your jaw. Let your teeth part, just slightly. Let your tongue rest softly in the bottom of your mouth. This is a major center for holding stress. As your jaw releases, you may feel a wave of relaxation spread throughout your entire body. Now, let this gentle wave of unraveling flow down into your neck and shoulders. This is the bridge that carries the weight of your head and all its thoughts. Allow it to let go. Imagine your shoulders dropping down, away from your ears, releasing a burden you didn't even know you were carrying. Let the softness pour down your arms, through your elbows, into your wrists and your hands. Let your hands be heavy and warm. Let your fingers curl gently, releasing the last vestiges of the need to grip and control. Now bring this wave of softness into your chest and your upper back. Feel the space around your heart opening up. With each gentle breath, feel your ribs expanding and contracting with a new sense of ease. Let go of the tightness in your chest, the residue of old grief or anxiety. Let your heart rest. The wave of softness now flows down into your solar plexus, your belly, your lower back. This is the area where we often hold our deepest fears and insecurities, that knot of worry. Just let it be soft. Let your belly rise and fall with your breath, like a gentle tide. You don't have to hold it in anymore. You are safe. Allow all the organs in your abdomen to be bathed in this gentle, relaxing energy. Let the muscles of your lower back, so often tight from standing and sitting, simply melt and spread out against the surface beneath you. Feel the deep release in your hips, letting go of the tension from moving through your day. Let this softness pour down into your legs, through your thighs, your knees, your calves, and your ankles. Your legs have carried you so far. Let them be completely supported now. They have nothing to do, nowhere to go. Finally, let this wave of unraveling reach your feet. Feel all the tiny muscles and bones in your feet letting go. Imagine any remaining tension or worry from your entire body draining out through the soles of your feet, leaving you feeling cleansed, clear, and deeply, profoundly relaxed. And as the body softens, the mind begins to follow. It sees the example of the body letting go and realizes it can do the same. The mind begins to soften. The tight knots of thought start to loosen. The edges of your worries become blurry, less defined. Thoughts, if they come, are no longer sharp and demanding. They become distant, gentle clouds passing in a vast, peaceful sky. You are the sky, and you are just watching them drift by, without attachment, without engagement. They come, and they go. They have no power over you. They are just weather, and you are the vast, silent, peaceful sky. This is the gentle unraveling, body and mind, together, letting go, coming home to rest. Now, as your body and mind continue to soften, continue to unravel, allow the gentle imagery to shift. Imagine yourself floating, weightless, held and supported by a calm, warm, infinite sea. This is the sea of deep relaxation, the ocean of being. The water is the perfect temperature, soothing and comforting against your skin. The air is still and quiet. There's a soft, ambient glow all around you, maybe from the moon or from stars, but it is gentle and peaceful. There is no effort required here. You are not swimming. You are not trying to stay afloat. You are simply allowing yourself to be carried, to be held. The water is so buoyant, so supportive, that it is impossible to sink. You are completely, utterly safe. Feel the sensation of this support along the entire length of your body. Feel the water cradling the back of your head, allowing your neck to be completely free of tension. Feel it supporting the gentle curve of your spine, the breadth of your shoulders, the weight of your hips. Every part of you is being held in a perfect, loving embrace. You can finally release all physical effort. Let go of the last tiny residual muscles that you have been using to hold yourself together. You don't need them now. Let the sea hold you. Trust its support completely. Notice the feeling of weightlessness. The constant pull of gravity that your body contends with all day has been released. Your limbs feel light, floating, free. Your joints are decompressed, and there is space and ease where there might have been tightness or pressure. This is a profound rest for your physical structure, a chance to be free from its own weight, its own burdens. You are just floating now, drifting on the surface of this vast, peaceful expanse. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, and no one to be. You are simply here, present, held. As you float in this calm sea, you become aware of a gentle rhythm. It is the rhythm of the waves, so slow and soft they are barely perceptible. It's more of a gentle swell, a long, slow rise, and an equally long, slow fall. It is the breath of the ocean itself. And you notice that this gentle rhythm is beginning to match the slowing of your own breath. You don't have to force it. It just happens naturally. As the sea swells gently upwards, your body breathes in, easily, without effort. And as the sea falls back, your body breathes out, releasing everything, letting go completely, in and out, rising and falling. Your breath and the breath of the ocean become one. There is a deep and ancient wisdom in this rhythm. It is the rhythm of life itself, the rhythm of the tides, the turning of the seasons, the beating of your own heart. By aligning with it, you are returning to your own natural state. You are letting go of the jagged, anxious rhythms of the thinking mind and dropping into the slow, steady, peaceful rhythm of your own deep being. Let each exhale be a further release. With every breath out, you let go a little more. You become a little heavier in the water, a little more supported, a little more relaxed, exhaling the day, exhaling the struggle, exhaling the need to be anywhere but right here, floating, held, safe. Thoughts may still drift by, like distant clouds on the horizon of this vast sea, but from here, they seem very far away and very insignificant. You don't have to climb into them or follow them. You can just watch them pass, knowing they are not you. You are the sea. You are this vastness. You are this peace. Your attention is no longer on the clouds, but on the feeling of the water, the feeling of being held, the gentle rhythm of your own breath. This is your anchor now, the simple, profound sensation of floating. The boundaries of your body may begin to feel less distinct. It might be hard to tell where your skin ends and the warm water begins. This is a beautiful release. You are merging with the peace that surrounds you. You are becoming one with this state of rest. There is no separation between you and the calm. You are it. Let yourself dissolve into this feeling. Let go of your name, your story, your problems. They have no place here in the timeless, boundless peace of this calm sea. You are simply awareness, floating in an ocean of serenity. Nothing more and nothing less. Just this, just now, floating, breathing, being. And now, as you continue to float, to drift, the words themselves begin to soften. They become quieter, slower, with more space between them. There is no need for complex ideas anymore. The time for understanding is over. The time for simply being is here. Allow the words to become a soft, meaningless murmur, like the gentle lapping of water against a distant shore. a soothing soundscape that requires nothing from you. You don't need to listen closely. You don't need to follow along. Just let the sound of the voice be another gentle wave in the calm sea around you. A lullaby in a language you don't need to understand. You can begin to detach from the words now. Let them go as soon as you hear them. They are like bubbles rising up through the water, beautiful for a moment, and then they are gone. Don't hold on to them. Just let them pass. Your mind is becoming very quiet now, very still. The spaces between the thoughts are growing longer, wider, and in these spaces, there is only peace, deep, profound, quiet. It is safe to let go now. Sleep is coming. You don't have to go looking for it. It is coming to find you. Like the tide slowly rising to meet the shore, it is a natural process, an easy movement from one state of being to another, from wakefulness to rest, from rest to dream. Sleep is coming now, naturally. You don't have to do anything to make it happen. It is happening on its own. Your body knows the way. Your mind is ready to be still. It is tired of thinking. It is ready for the quiet. It welcomes the rest. Sleep is coming, easily. There is no struggle anymore. The fight is long over. There is only surrender, only softness, only letting go. It is as easy as breathing out, as easy as allowing your body to feel heavy and warm, drifting down gently into a place of deep comfort. You are safe to let go. You are held. You are supported. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to worry about. Everything is taken care of. The world will be here when you return. For now, your only task is to rest, to release, to drift away. Let the last threads of your conscious mind unravel into the soft darkness, the warm quiet. Every part of you is ready for sleep. Your body is heavy and relaxed. Your breath is slow and steady. Your mind is calm and quiet. You are sinking now, gently, into the softest bed, the deepest peace. It feels good to let go. It feels so good to rest. Let the sounds around you fade away. Let the feeling of the room disappear. You are drifting further and further from the shore of wakefulness, out into the deep, calm, silent ocean of sleep. It is so peaceful here, so still. You are completely safe. Sleep is here now, welcoming you, embracing you. Let it take you. There is no resistance, just gentle, final, letting go, down, down, into the deep, warm, quiet. Rest now. Sleep now. All is well. You are at peace. Drifting, floating, letting go. So easy, so natural. Nothing to do, nowhere to be. Just rest. Deep, deep rest. The journey is over for tonight. You have arrived. Sleep. Just sleep. And so, you drift beyond the shore of wakefulness, beyond the reach of words, into the boundless territory of rest. The journey of the night is complete. The struggle has been honored. The armor has been laid down. The truce has been signed. And in its place, a quiet emptiness, a vast and gentle peace. There is nothing left to do now, nothing to figure out, nothing to solve. The conscious mind, the tireless worker, has finally been given permission to rest. And in its absence, a deeper intelligence can emerge. The intelligence of the body that heals in the dark. The wisdom of the soul that journeys in dreams. This space you are entering is not an escape. It is a homecoming, a return to the source from which all energy flows. It is the sacred pause between the notes, the silence that gives music its meaning. For so long, you have been the music, the relentless melody of doing and trying. Tonight, you are the silence, And it is in this silence that everything is restored. Everything is made new again. What is it to be a spirit housed in a vessel of flesh and bone? A timeless consciousness experiencing a linear journey of growth and decay? Perhaps the greatest challenge and the greatest gift is to learn to love the vessel, not just when it is strong and sails smoothly, but to love it even more deeply when it is weathered, scarred, and needs to rest in the harbor. To love the journey, not in spite of its storms, but because of them. Because the storms reveal a strength we never knew we had. The storms teach us what is truly important. Perhaps this struggle, this sleeplessness, this rebellion of the body is not a punishment, but an invitation. An invitation to stop, to listen, to go inward. An invitation to discover a resilience that is not physical, a worth that is not conditional, and a peace that is not dependent on circumstance. Maybe the body is not betraying you, but is in fact guiding you, forcing you off the well-trodden path of the external world and onto the quiet, hidden trail of the inner landscape. A path you would never have chosen, but one that leads to a destination of unimaginable depth and wisdom. All the questions can rest now. All the searching can cease. The answers are not found in the light of day, in the striving mind. They are found here, in the gentle darkness, in the surrender of the self. They arise not as thoughts, but as a simple, felt sense of peace. A quiet knowing that all is well, that you are held in something far greater than your own small struggles. A trust that even in the deepest darkness, the sun is still on its journey, and dawn will come in its own time, as it always does. There's nothing left to do now, but rest deeply and peacefully.